Alright guys, Sterling Belikov Outdoors. I said over on X, talking to a couple people, I was like, man, the intrusive thoughts about getting out some firearms are really getting hard. And this evening with all the fireworks, I really haven't done too much with testing my firearms in the dark to see how much muzzle flash you get. So we're going to try out the M45, which is, my clone of the M45, which is the T-Sauce Raider, which is a fairly inexpensive 1911 with a 1913 rail and some Cerakoting on it. We're going to try that out first. Then we're going to go to a M16A4 clone with an FRT. And then we're going to go to a Benelli M4 clone from Military Arms Corps, which is their 1014. So let's start out with the T-Sauce Raider. And that had way more muzzle than I actually thought. And we failed to extract on that last round, which is kind of interesting. But hopefully you guys caught that and the camera caught it. It was like every muzzle or every shot had a ton of muzzle flash on that. It was super, super cool. But now it's time to grab M16 clone with its FRT. And guys, this does have an A2 bird cage on it, which is supposed to be a flash hider and muzzle compensator. But we're going to see how well that does here in the dark at actually being a kill flash for that muzzle. Alright. Going hot. So you did see some muzzle flash out the front of that. However, what was really cool was you saw those 55 grain full metal jacket rounds actually impacting down there on that steel file cabinet that we have more than you really saw the muzzle flash. So that was kind of neat. I'm going to go ahead and stick this right over here. And last but not least, we have my personal upgraded street sweeper. Guys, some of you have seen this and said, dude, is that real? Is that an airsoft? It is a full 12 gauge Benelli clone made by Mac that you can pick up and upgrade with 100% Benelli parts. So let's go ahead and flip the safety off on that. Get a good target picture and let it rip. And again, that had a ton of muzzle flash, but it didn't have a ton of recoil. I hope you guys ended up finding that really interesting, which guns had what recoil, how much had what muzzle flash. Maybe you couldn't see the recoil in the dark, but AR-15 with the FRT doesn't have a lot of recoil. The Benelli M4, or 1014 as this one's labeled, doesn't have a lot of recoil to it whatsoever either. And of course, 1911s are fun. If you know how to shoot them right, they don't have a lot of recoil to them either. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little clip of out here in the dark, shooting some guns, celebrating America's 250th anniversary of its independence. Hope you guys have fun tonight. Don't get too turned up. And I will see you in the next video.